Shalom. Before I begin this video, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Recha Kodash, and also double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that continue to rule very well to this very day, that is continually feeding the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and also Shalom to the whole elect that is also doing the same things in his work, that's spreading his ministry and his gospel to the other members of the whole elect in faith and in truth and in sincerity and also in all charity. Now, topic of this video is going to be entitled America, the Memorial of Foolishness. All right, the Memorial of Foolishness. And the reason why I titled this video as such is because America, which we all know, according to the scriptures, is Babylon the Great. Once the Lord is finished with this place, and when I say that, I mean that when the Lord returns and completely destroy this place, and this place is burnt down to the ground, which is reduced where it's nothing, or should I say reduced to nothing but a desert wasteland, is going to be set as a memorial to the whole entire world, to the planet Earth, because the smoke of America's burning is going to be set into the skies for a certain amount of time, and the nations are going to see that. The nations are going to observe the burning of America. All right, they're going to observe America being burnt down, man. They're going to witness the smoke of a burning. All right, and that's pursuant to the scriptures. And the smoke of America's burning is to serve as a memorial. All right, in which, once again, like the title says, a memorial of foolishness, because when it comes to America, that's what's perpetuated here on this land. Foolishness. All right, foolishness, folly. All right, which foolishness and folly ties right into wickedness. Okay, because the folly of America is based on deceit, lies, and death. All right, everything that's on the left-hand side, that's what America perpetuates, which is nothing but folly, man. It's vanity. It doesn't profit you. Okay, it really doesn't. And the bottom line is, it doesn't benefit our people, Israel, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. So that's why America's going to serve as that memorial of what not to do. If you look in the history during the time of Lot, guess what he did to Sodom and Gomorrah? He destroyed it with fire and brimstone. And that was a memorial of what not to do. Well, that's a memorial of what happens when you have a land that is set in folly. Look what happened to Lot's wife when she looked back. What happened? She got turned to a pillar of salt. All right, because she looked back. All right, she wanted to go back to the possessions that they had in Sodom and Gomorrah, and she met her fate, which her fate was death. All right, and guess what? If you take a look at it now, Lot's wife is still there. All right, that pillar of salt that she was turned into, that pillar is still there, man. It's still there to this very day. That is to be set as a memorial. All right. So when America is completely destroyed, all right, it's going to be set as a memorial. Okay. Just like Lot's wife, like she's there to this very day. Guess what? America, the land itself is going to be here, but America, the structure, the infrastructure, the enterprise, everything that you see here, from the roads to the buildings, the merchandise, everything is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. All right. So the land is going to be cleansed. It's going to be dissolved. All right. So the land is going to be here, but it's going to be a wasteland. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump into the precepts. And this is the scripture here, which I based the topic off of. So this is our Wisdom of Solomon, the 10th chapter. I'm going to start at the 4th verse. Now it says, for whose cause the earth being drowned with the flood, wisdom again preserved it, and directed the course of the righteous in a piece of wood of small value. And that in itself speaks volumes, man. All right? Because Noah was put on the task to build the ark, to preserve his life and his family's life. All right? But the rest of the people that were there, they had no part in it. They had no part in the building of the ark, and they had no part in getting on the ark. All right? So that was a separation back then. All right? You know, the ones that the Lord wanted to preserve alive, he preserved them. And they were separated from the rest. And the rest of the people died in the flood. And guess what? It's no different today, man. The same Lord that you read about in the Bible every Sunday, talking to the ones that are just not tuning in, or the, you know, reprobates, or whoever's listening. Because the elect of the nation of Israel, us being of the hopeful elect, which Lord's will, we're part of that number. We understand the status quo, man. We know exactly what's going on. But to the rest, hey, the same Lord that you read about in the scriptures, he destroyed the earth by way of flood, man. He only saved a few people out of it. So the same Lord, you think he's going to change? No. All right, he's going to do that once again. He's going to preserve a remnant out of the earth, primarily out of the nation of Israel. He's going to preserve that remnant. He's going to deliver them. All right. And guess what? That ark is being built again. All right. But it's not going to be a physical ark. Because, see, when you read through the scriptures, things that were done back during the time of the ancient world, those things served as a prelude to what's to come. All right. Such as the building of the ark, the building of the temple. All right. The law, statutes, commandments that were written on tablets of stone, that was a shadow of things to come. All right. The tabernacle. All those things was served as a prelude onto what's to come. All right, which is the kingdom. All right. Now, you had the ark that was built back in the ancient world by Noah. Right. And Noah hearkened unto the Most High and took heed. So by wisdom, right, Noah was preserved on a wood that was of small value, like it says right here. Now reading on verse 5, it says, moreover, the nations in their wicked conspiracy being confounded, she found out the righteous, talking about wisdom, and preserved him blameless unto the Most High, and kept him strong against his tender compassion toward his son. When the ungodly perished, she delivered the righteous man, who fled from the fire which fell down upon the 5 cities, talking about Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities. All right. Of whose wickedness even to this day, the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony. See? Now, mind you, this is the book of wisdom of Solomon. So Solomon was writing this. All right. But when he said that Sodom and Gomorrah was set as a memorial and a remembrance of unrighteousness. So that's why he said that that the wasteland, or of wickedness even to this day, the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony. All right. So guess what? In that day when we're in the kingdom, America's going to be set as a testimony. All right. A wasteland that smoketh. All right. It says, and plants bearing fruit that never come to ripeness. Right. Because when America is destroyed, that is no longer is this root is going to give fruit or produce fruit. All right. Because that seed has already been sown. All right. And that tree has grown and spread over the nations. And the Lord is getting ready to uproot that. All right. He's getting rid of the root. So no longer is those fruits going to come to ripeness, because the Lord's going to pluck up America and the ways of America. All right. It says, the plants bearing fruit that never came to ripeness, and a standing pillar of salt is a monument of an unbelieving soul. Right. And that pillar of salt that you see to this very day, even you can go Google it. That pillar of salt still standing there to this very day. So that pillar of salt is a monument of an unbelieving soul. All right, which is who? Lot's wife, because she didn't believe. All right, she wanted to go back to all those goodies that were there in Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, she would rather go back to her goodies, possessions, rather than to be covered under Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and that was her fate. All right. Verse 8 says, "For regarding not wisdom, they got not only this hurt, that they knew not the things which were good, but also left behind them to the world a memorial of their foolishness." So all these things has happened. These things have been set for memorials. The Lord knows how to make an example out of certain individuals and certain kingdoms, man. All right. So the Lord has left memorials behind and monuments to show you what happens when you lead a life of wickedness. And America is going to be no different. America is going to be set just like a monument, like the monument of that pillar of salt and a memorial of foolishness. All right. So I'm going to read this again. It said, "For regarding our wisdom, they got not only this hurt, that they knew not the things which were good, but also left behind them to the world a memorial of their foolishness." See? So that in the things wherein they offended, they could not so much as be hid, right? Because it's going to be out in the open. All right. And it is out in the open to this very day, because the men of the Lord are back out in the highways and byways exposing the wickedness of America. All right. So the things wherein they offended, right, which is the scriptures, which in turn they just offended Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, those things which they done, it cannot be hid. All right. And like the scriptures say, there's nothing hid, roughly paraphrased, there's nothing hid that'll be uncovered. All right. Or there's nothing that's hid that shall not be uncovered. Slaki. All right. Let me go from there. The book of Revelations, the 18th chapter, starting the 17th verse. Now it says, "For in 1 hour, so great riches has come to naught." Right, because in 1 hour, America is going to be completely destroyed. It'll only take 1 hour for this place to be completely decimated. Now, mind you, it took years and years for America to be built up fully. All right, because back during the time, even before 1776, you had them trying to gain their independence, right? These Edomites were trying to gain independence before 1776. And then afterwards, that's when they gained their independence. And then that's when America started to be built. Now, mind you, that was what? I would say 200 and some odd years later. And they're still trying to build. So 200 years later, or 200 and some odd years later, when Yahushua returns, it's going to take him 1 hour. So you got 200 and some odd years of this place being built up versus the destruction of this place being in 1 hour. Now that's the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. All right, that lets you know that that's the Lord's work. Okay, so it said, "For 1 hour, so great riches has come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stand afar off." Right, because they're going to watch the destruction from the other side of the world. All right. Now this is another cut to these guys saying that America is not Babylon the Great. How are the nations going to stand afar off and see, or the ones that trade by sea, standing far off, seeing the burning of America? I mean, not the burning of America. How are they going to stand off and see that the ones that trade by sea and sailors, if they're in the same region, if they're in the same land, if they don't travel and trade by sea, by the waters? All right. So that will put you right where America is, which is separated by the waters on the other side of the world, to where they see the destruction afar off. All right. Verse 18 says, "And cried when they saw the smoke of a burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city?" All right, because this is known as the Golden City. So what city is like unto this city? This city stood out from the rest of the other kingdoms and the rest of the other cities that were ever built. All right? Because this city perpetuate what? Democracy, perpetuate homosexuality. All right? It perpetuates capitalism, debt, anything that you can think of that's off. It perpetuates that. So what city is like unto this great city, like they say, man? But these nations are waking up to the BS of America. The skirts of America is being discovered. All right? That's why the Lord is going to put the spirit on these nations to direct their arsenal towards America and destroy it. All right? Now, skip down to verse 20. It says, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her. Right? So the Lord is going to avenge us of our enemies. All right? He's going to avenge us of America. All right? So again, it says, rejoice over her, thou heaven. And the heaven is talking about Israel. All right? And ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her. All right? Verse 21, it says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone. There was a great millstone. And cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. All right? So the violence of that millstone crashing into the sea, that's how this place is going to be destroyed. All right? With violence. I mean, look at how these Edomites operate. Look at how they got the kingdom. Look at how they ruled. Did they rule with violence? Yes. Did they take down the nation of Israel with violence? Yes, they did. All right? So guess what? Since they rule with violence, they're going to be taken down with violence. All right? Like the Lord says, the Lord is not mocked. If you sow violence and you sow destruction, guess what? You're going to reap the same thing, man. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and end it off on that note. Didn't want to make this video too long. Lord's word was edifying to the members of the Hopefully Elect. Till next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that ruled very well. Also, shalom, peace of safety, and salutations to the Hopefully Elect that is also laboring his work and his labor of love, giving your due diligence to make your calling and election sure, in faith, truth, and sincerity, and in all charity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.